Good morning, friends. Our subject is ECHM, Environmental Conservation and Hazard Management. GTU code for this subject is 333000003. Name of our subject is ECHM and the first chapter is Ecology and Environment. And today we will discuss the topic is Importance of Environment and its Scope. Myself, Rohit B. Patel, working as a lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department of VPMP Polytechnic. First, we will look at the objectives of this chapter and session. First, we will study about the ecology and environment definition and concept. Then, importance of an environment, scope of an environment in future, and we will learn about the components of an environment. And last, we will study about the hydrologic cycle. And at last, we will study the slogans. Now, look at the definition of ecology. Actually, ecology is the branch of biology which is related with the relationship between the various living organisms and their physical surroundings. Like forest. In forest, various animals and plants, trees are staying. So, relation between natural resources, it is known as the ecology. So, ecology is the branch of biology which contains the relationship between various living organisms. Now, environment. All the physical surroundings on earth are called the environment. Environment includes the all living and non-living things like animal, human beings, trees, and also include the sand, rocks, ocean, river. So all things are included in environment. Now, importance of an environment. Environment is very important for living things like human being, animals, and trees. Environment plays an important role in the healthy living of human beings. If environment is clear, then our health will remain healthy. It provides air, food, and other needs for our life. And for human, life support system depends on all the environment factors like temperature, pressure, humidity are as an example. Now, what is the scope of an environment? We will make a lot of study in the field of environment. So, first is we will study the conservation of natural resources in future also, ecological aspects, pollution of the surrounding natural resources. We will make the very deep study and research on pollution. How we can control the pollution, it is also the interesting topic in future also. And social issue is the very severe problem and we can also make the study on it and also we can make the research on it. And at last, impacts of human population on environment. We are already know population increase in the population have a very severe impacts on the human life. So this is also included in the future scope. Now we will learn the components of an environment. There are 4 components of environment: atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Now we will first look at the atmosphere. Atmosphere is the gaseous layer enveloping the earth. It includes the oxygen in abundance, is unique to earth and sustains life. Atmosphere contains 78.08% nitrogen, which is maximum, 20.95% oxygen, and 0.038% carbon dioxide, and also include other parameters also. Now second is the lithosphere. Lithosphere is the outermost layer of the earth called the crust, and lithosphere is consist of the crust and mantle and inner core. Its depth can reach up to 100 kilometers. The depth means thickness of the lithosphere is the 100 kilometer and is found on both land and oceans. In oceans also we can find the lithosphere. And the main component of lithosphere is Earth's tectonic plates. And Earth's tectonic plates are responsible for the earthquake. So, lithosphere is also responsible for the earthquake. Now, third is the hydrosphere. The water portion of the earth is known as the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere consists of all forms of water like oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams on the earth. It covers 70% of Earth's surface. 97.5% of water found on earth is in the oceans in the form of salt water. So this salt water we cannot drink. So large amount of water is available but we cannot use. because it is the salty water. Only 2.5% of water is available. It is namely as fresh water available for us. But major portion, 68.9% is in form of ice at North Pole and South Pole, and 30.8% is available as groundwater, and 0.3%, only 0.3% of water is available in rivers, reservoir, lakes, which is easily accessible for human life. Now next is the biosphere. Biosphere includes the all living things and their relations and life of the earth. Specifically, biosphere refers to all the regions on earth where life exists. The ecosystems that support life could be in soil, air, water, or land. Biosphere includes the soil, air, water, and land. And biosphere also includes the various interesting subjects like geography, geology, biology, chemistry, physics, botany, zoology, genetics, sociology, rural development, urban planning are the examples of biosphere. It also includes the study of, and also it represents the interaction of human with nature and provides the guidelines for the way forward, and also provide the guideline how we can protect our environment. So biosphere is very important. It is related to the human life, animal, trees, and environment. Now, hydrologic cycle. Hydrologic cycle is also known as the water cycle. It includes the various processes. Among them, first one is the evaporation, second is the condensation, third is the advection, and fourth is the precipitation. Now, one by one, we will study the various processes. Because of the water cycle, fresh water is available for us, for human life, for animal, and for trees on the earth. We will study how the water of the ocean comes on the agriculture area of the earth. First of all, because of the heat energy of the sun, the water of the ocean is converted into steam, and this process, conversion of water into steam, it is known as the evaporation as per the rules of the thermodynamics. So this conversion is known as the evaporation. So in this process, the water of the ocean will be converted into steam. Next stage, this steam will be converted into clouds. We have already seen the clouds during the monsoon, right? So process in which the steam convert into clouds, it is known as the condensation. And after the preparation of the clouds, these clouds, because of the lower pressure energy and higher pressure energy difference of wind, transfer to the ground surface on agriculture area or an residential area, and transformation of clouds from one place to another place, it is known as the advection. And these clouds contains the water particles, also contains the dust, sand particles. So water of the monsoon is not 100% pure. Okay, so when, because of the pressure energy, water particles falls on the ground surface, on agriculture area, on residential area, in form of the rain. So this process is known as the precipitation. This water is stored in ponds, lakes, and rivers, and this water of the rivers again transferred to the ocean, and cycle will be repeated. Again, water of the river transferred to the ocean water obtain the heat energy of the sun, and again convert into steam convert into cloud again transfer to the agriculture area and residential area, again falls on the ground surface, and again transfer to the ocean. So in this way, this cycle is continuously will be repeated. So water cycle is very important for animals, water, and all life exist on the earth. Okay, now next, slogans to save environment. Not only in India, other countries have also prepared the slogans to save environment, and we have also heard about the various slogans related to environment. Among them, first one is the save the earth, save ourselves. If we will protect environment, then we will also protect our life. Second is the solution is less pollution. If we make the lower pollution, then our major problem related to environment will be solved. Third is, do you share for cleaner air? We should try to reduce the air pollution. The simple life causes less strife. If our life is simple, then pollution also will be created lower. Next is the feed the planet and it will nourish you. If we will protect environment, environment will protect us. It is the message of this slogan. If we cannot able to protect the environment, environment in future will be kill us. Next is the conserve what our children deserve. If we are not able to protect nowadays our environment, then in future our children cannot sustain in dirty environment, in harmful environment. If you can't reuse it, refuse it. We should use recyclable product. It is the message of this message. Now, join hands to save environment. Unity. If unity exists in human life, then all work will become easy. So to save environment, for this campaign, we should united, and this way we can save our environment. Keep calm and go green. We should give the importance to the trees and the tree plantation. So it is the message of various slogans. Now there are various government agencies and also government working to protect the environment. So here there are various organizations working for protecting the environment. Among them, first one is the Central Pollution Control Board, which is known as the CPCB, National Biodiversity Authority, National Tiger Conservation Authority, which is working for to protect the tiger, Animal Welfare Board of India, Forest Survey of India, and last Central Zoo Authority of India. So it is the list of various government agencies. Okay friends, thank you very much for listening this session.